It was 2 years ago that we first met Rosie Kilburn, a teenager from Gloucestershire who was writing an online diary as she battled cancer.
And I've got cancer.
Rosie made 2 TV features with us here on Inside Out West. She shared every detail of her treatment.
So I've got no hair. I'm bald.
And of her fundraising fashion business, all with extraordinary honesty.
The idea that I started out with was making it less of a taboo subject so that people weren't scared of talking about it, therefore didn't keep it like their dirty little secret kind of thing.
Sadly, 3 weeks ago, aged just 19, Rosie died. But since then, her charity work and her writing have had more effects than ever. And her family have asked that her wish to make a 3rd TV version of her blog go ahead. From the start of the year, Rosie was beginning to get physically weaker. She responded by organising a huge fundraising fitness event.
3 hours of Zumba. I think people will come. I have no idea how many. That's all. I literally have no idea.
13th of April. The doctors are discussing the next course of action after Rosie suffered twice from severe internal bleeding.
I needed 11 units of blood, which is over a body's worth of new blood, in like a day. And if I'd gone to hospital any later, then I could have died. I would have died.
Today they could be telling us anything from they're going to do nothing through to they're going to do immediate major surgery. We have genuinely no idea what they're going to suggest.
But the news today isn't drastic.
He said I could go on holiday. Yay! That's all I remember.
Just got more of the same for for a few months or years.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, much better than it was half an hour ago.
So 16 people have saved my life because they donated blood. You donate blood today, you save anyone.
It's just death. I don't see why everyone's so scared of talking about death, because everyone dies. Yeah? It's not a unique thing, I'm afraid.
Just to say that I spent today in hospital. Yeah, it was only a day, but still in hospital, not fantastic. Just because I had really bad neck and shoulder pain. Dosed up on Oromorph now, so it doesn't hurt anymore. Oh, and the Zumbathon in 1 week.
Can you move that table to here?
28th of May, the day of Rosie's 3-hour fundraising extravaganza.
£5?
Fiver.
Yeah. If they want an extra one, it's £5.
The doctors have said she mustn't dance herself, but Rosie never lets cancer get in the way of a good party.
Well, I was worried no one would turn up. Look how many people are here.
Hundreds of knock-on effect supporters strut their stuff, raising money for the Maggie's Cancer Caring Centre in Cheltenham.
35, 55. But it's just an estimate that we've made about £1,500. I'm less tired than I thought I'd be. Like, I feel like I won't have to write tomorrow off. You know, like, just spend all day in bed. I feel like I'll actually be all right to get out of bed and stuff.
So, I'm just checking in to say I'm going on holiday tomorrow. Yay!
She was determined she was going to go. We weren't so sure it was a good idea and had all sorts of plans for what we were going to do if we had to get her back. But yeah, she went and she had an absolutely brilliant time.
She recognised her limitations and accounted for them. But went out and had a good, normal week in the sun.
Yeah. I guess because Rosie was always so positive about everything, it was just a massive shock for everybody. And it always feels a bit silly saying it was a shock because it's always in the back of your mind, but it was. But towards the end of that day, Rose said, I have to write a blog now. And we'd got to everybody that needed to be told. So she just sat in here and wrote her blog. And we just sat with her and just watched this absolute explosion of comments from people all over the world. It was the most phenomenal feeling. And we'd gone from feeling, I don't know, indescribable sadness into suddenly feeling so supported, and she did as well.
Rosie's favourite charity of all is called Hope. This summer she gave them £1,000 to fund a sailing trip for children coping with the life-threatening illness of a close relative.
I met Rosie actually, and she came and she was really pleased with all the work that we were doing, and that's why I thought it was great that she could fund the voyage trip. And I just want to say what she's done has been inspirational.
Rosie's health faded significantly over the summer. A hospital bed and medical equipment were installed in her bedroom at home. She kept writing, but found her video diary too much, until early September, when she filmed her thoughts for the last time.
Okay. Whew. Might get a bit breathless, but I'll carry on. The Tuesday night, I had a terrible night. Oh, you would not believe. You would not believe it.
The days before and the day after, she was fine. So although it looks like she's on her way out almost, because she sounds and looks quite rough, there was no indication at the time that this is what was what the story was.
I want to be doing days where I'm getting out of my wheelchair and all sorts, getting ready for the pub lunch. But you know, if you have a bad day, you have a bad day. That's how it is.
Monday, the 12th of September. Cutting straight to the chase. Our beautiful, feisty, annoying, brilliant Rosie died this morning. It was very, very peaceful. Yeah, I don't know whether she knew whether she was dying or not, but she wasn't distressed, and she knew, absolutely knew, that she was surrounded by people that loved her, that cared for her. She felt safe, and I think she probably felt it's time to go, and that's what happened.
The 26th of September, Rosie's funeral. The day when hundreds of the people who'd followed her story online came to mourn and to celebrate 19 years of life lived to the full.
I think the thing that stood out for me is people today. There's people that knew her really well, but other people who were coming up and saying, I never met your daughter, but I felt as though I knew her. And yeah, what a testimony to leave behind, really. I just loved the procession down to the church, because Rose really liked sort of spectacle and stuff, and that was a spectacle. You know, it was just lovely, but it was so solemn and so dignified. I think she'd be proud to know that more people than she would ever know about have said, you know, she's changed her attitude to life.
She really believed in avoiding euphemism and platitude.
Yeah.
She very much did not pass away after a serious illness bravely borne. She died of cancer. And that's very much how she wanted to be. Wanted to approach things.
Rosie's family and friends have resolved that the blog and the fundraising will continue in her memory.
And when you smile, the whole world